folks, hope you're well. Welcome to part 3 of the swinging licks lesson. This one's a little bit moodier. Maybe it doesn't swing quite as much, but you know, first frost outside, it put me into that sort of darker vibe. So this one's just going between sort of major and minor using the Ionian scale and the Dorian. I cover a bit of theory, I go through the sequence and everything. If you're on Patreon, you get the tabs and the backing track and the guitar profile, and the lesson's even longer with more of the little runs that I do. So, you know, you could treat this one as like a cool little run you could drop into a solo, or you could just use it as like an exercise, you know, because for me, when I sort of wrote it this morning, I was like, I'm going to do a lesson on that. I found it quite a challenge to try and get that at the start of this little this lesson. So, as always, please like and subscribe, guys. Really appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Okay then, so first off, I'll show you the chords. There's only 2 chords in this little sequence, and in my head it's just like staying on the 1, but we're moving from like the major to the minor. So the first chord is just this A major 7, which is just fret 5 on string 6, and then you've got fret 6 on strings 3 and 4, and fret 5 on string 2. Okay, and we're just playing through that. You know, 8 times. And then we're going to move it to a minor instead. So with this, I thought I'd do a minor 6 instead, because that works quite nicely with the Dorian scale. So the minor 6 then, like I said, we're still on the A, we're keeping it as like a 1 chord. So fret 5 on string 6, and then we've got fret 4 on string 4, but then fret 5 on strings 2 and 3. It's got a bit of a dark sound to it, that minor 6. You know, it's a bit wintry, a bit autumn, late nights, you know, dark, snow, that sort of vibe. So we're just literally going. Okay, so that's all that's doing, and then regards this little solo, which in my head is sort of like, you know, it's a bit of an exercise as well, so you could use it as like a little cascading run, like a sequence. You could drop it into a solo somewhere, but it's also just, I think it's just going to be like a really good exercise for your, you know, your fretting hand and your picking hand, really. So we're starting on the Ionian major scale, so I'll show you the scale first, then I'll show you the sequence we're using. Okay, so it's just, all it is this. So that is just your A major scale with the root on the A string. So we've got fret 12 on string 5, then 9, 11, 12 on string 4, then 9, 11 on string 3, okay, then 9, 10, 12 on string 2, and do the same on string 1. You know, and if you've seen some more lessons before on YouTube and Patreon, you'll know that that scale there is part of this major chord here, this A major, part of an arpeggio which I use quite a bit. Okay, so it's all connected, isn't it? You know, you've got the chord there, you've got the arpeggio, you've got the scale. They're all, you know, within reach of your fretting hand. So that is the scale. That's your Ionian major scale in A, and it fits over this A major 7 we're doing in the background. Okay, so now the sequence. Basically, it's just going in 3s. It's descending. And all you do is count 3 notes, then go back 1, and from that one you've gone back to, you count 3 again. So literally you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is the sequence. So I'll do that slower. So we're going to go 10, 9, 12. So 10, 9 on string 1, 12 on string 2. Like I said, we go back one note. So we go 9 on string 1, and then we go 12, 10 on string 2. We go back one note. So we now go 12, 10, 9. Back one note. 10, 9, 11 on string 3. Back one note. So 9 on string 2, 11 to 9 on string 3, back one note, 11, 9, 12 on string 4, back one note, 9 on string 3, 12, 11 on string 4, and then back one note, then 12, 11, 10. So that is the sequence, and that idea is running through this whole thing. Okay, so we're going to take that and use it on each shape and major scale and the Dorian scale. Okay, so now we've got that, let's take a look at the Dorian. Okay, the Dorian scale then. So we've moved to that -6, and what I'm putting over it is this Dorian scale in A. So what I've done with this little exercise is I've just taken the same pattern, which was, you know, our major scale in A, and if we drop it down a tone, it actually turns into a Dorian scale in A as well. Okay, so this pattern here then, if we go, so the root note is now there, fret 7 on string 4, or, you know, fret 5 on string 6. Like the full pattern would actually be this. Yes, that'd be like your full Dorian. So that would be like 10, 8, 7 on string 1, 10, 8, 7 on string 2, 9, 7 on string 3, then 10, 9, 7 on string 4. That's your root A there. Okay, and then you could go 10, 9, 7, 5 on string 5, and then finally 8, 7, 5 on string 6 takes you back to the root note. Okay, you can see how it fits over that chord. Okay, so that is the pattern, and we're just doing exactly the same thing again. We're doing threes, a sequence of threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's the same idea that we just had over the A. Okay, so a quick bit of theory then regards the Dorian scale. So the Dorian scale is obviously part of these modes which come from the major scale. So the second note of the major scale creates this Dorian sound, okay, and which is a minor. So we wanted a Dorian. So we just played A major. Now if we played the second note of A major, which would be B, it wouldn't be right. We're still really just playing, you know, A major there, aren't we? We're not changing the tone or the intervals. So the second note of G would make a Dorian scale. So G major down here, if we play this, sounds all jolly, yeah, because it's focusing on that G there. But we're taking it and we're treating the second note as the root, the A, and still playing all those notes through that sequence. So if I play this note, then I'll play that over the top. So the second note then of G major is an A, and that going from that second note creates the Dorian mode then, and gives us that minor, that dark minor sound. okay? If I go back to G major and play G major at the top, it's just going to sound happy again. Yeah, so a lot of the time it's that emphasis of the note you're aiming for. So basically all you need to remember at the minute then is G major is relative to the Dorian, because the second note of G major creates that Dorian scale in the key of A. You know, if I wanted to do it in a different key, say you wanted to do B Dorian, you know, up here, you probably guessed it already. We just play the A major scale, you know, take the second note of the A major. That's all jolly, we don't want that. Focus on the second note. Notice how the sound completely changes. Okay, so that's just something to have a little go on. Move it around a little bit and see what you got, okay? Okay then, so what we should have now then is going from that Ionian major, that major 7 to that -6 in A. We should now have this sequence, which would be like a nice little lick to use, or just a good exercise for your fingers. We should have something like this. Okay, and it's just a nice little run. So I hope that is interesting. There's more of these to come, as always. So I'm now going to carry on. So on Patreon, you guys have got some more little licks for this to really work your hands. I'll see you soon, guys, on YouTube. Thank you. See you soon.